Hello friends, this is Ramana. Today I will show a demo on how to capture the count of DML operations from merge statement in SQL. So we all know that merge statement, when you want to update the target table based on the information from the source table, we use the merge statement to update the target table. Now in this case, besides to the updation, I want to know the how many insertions there, how many deletions, how many updates are happened in the table. I want to capture these details also, apart from the regular DML operations in the mail sheet. How can I do it? I will show in this demo. So this is very important interview question. So usually when they ask the match statement, we can easily told the syntax of the match statement and all these things. But in case of how to capture the deletions and insertions and updations, so you need to answer after seeing this demo very easily. First of all, I will show my two tables here. So first one is target table. A is target table and B is source table. If you see the data in A table, two columns, ID and name. Names are related to country names, and in B table also the same columns and same schema. In A table there are 6 records are there. In B table there are 5 records. A table is the target table. B table is the source table. My intention is to update the table, and at the same time how many updations, and I will also need to get this information. So if you see the records in A, ID1 is India, so there is no updation. ID2 is South Africa. Here ID2 is Australia. So here one updation is there. So updation on name, and ID3 West Indies. ID3 is same as the West Indies. ID4 is Pakistan. So there is no ID4 in the source table. So it means this is deletion. And if you check the ID5 is also not there. Sri Lanka is not there. Deletion. And there is no ID6 in the target table. So here one insertion. This is insertion. And ID7 is New Zealand, but in source table it's Zimbabwe. So this is updation. So finally you will get two updations, two deletions, and one insertion after running the match statement. First, if you want to write one match statement, you directly start with match into match target table using source, all these things. But in this case, we use it to store the updates and the summary of the DML operations in one table. For that, I am creating temporarily one table. Create table called temp table. I am creating one temporary table called temp table. Operation type. Operation type in the sense it is varchar, whether it is updation, deletion, or insertion. Next, input ID. Input ID int, and deleted ID. Deleted ID also int. So I am creating one temporary table to store the details after running the merge statement. I am writing the merge statement. So merge into. So I already told this is target table. A is target table. So I am taking A using within braces. So I am selecting this B table. This is source table. Source table as I am mentioning alias name as source here. Source on a.id. A.id is equal to source.id. Source.id. So far we join both target and image table by on one common column id. Now you write your statement matched when matched and a dot name not equal to source dot name. Source dot name is nothing but b. Source dot name. Then when matched a dot name not equal to source dot name. Then update set name column is equal to source dot name. This is updation. I am writing insert, and again you start with when not matched. When not matched by target, then insert insert id comma name. Only two columns are there in A and B tables, id and name. Into name values whatever the values there in the source document, source table, we need to insert these two values, source dot id, source dot name. Insert. This is for insertion. Now finally delete. So when not matched by source, then when not matched, then delete. So far if you close the syntax with semicolon here, the match statement is completed. But here our intention is not to write just match. We want to capture the updation details also. So summary of DML operations. For that you have to write output class. Output $action. Output class usually used in the match statement if you want to get the details of the DML operations row by row, comma inserted dot id as inserted id and deleted dot id. These two are in temp table. If you observe, these two are in temp table. Deleted id as deleted id, and finally into we created one temp table, stored all these values into this temp table. So end with semicolon. That's all. This is the statement. So I am executing this entire statement here. So 5 rows are inserted. Now if you go and select your temp table, select star from hash temp. This is the scenario. As I mentioned earlier, one insert, two updates and two deletes. So if you go and check this is two updates. Updation is the first one, South Africa. Instead of South Africa, for ID number 2 it's Australia. Instead of New Zealand, for ID number 7 it's Zimbabwe. These two are updation. Pakistan and Sri Lanka deletion, and England was inserted. So go and check your table, target table. We see the same result. India, Australia, there is no South Africa. West Indies has it is. So Zimbabwe as New Zealand has replaced with Zimbabwe, and England is the new insertion. So this is how you need to get the you know capture the result. See here, the result capture. All DML operations have captured in this way. Again, I am telling. First, you create a table, temp table, where you need to mention the operation type, whether it is insertion, deletion, updation, and input ID, delete ID. So here you use the merge statement. This is directly without using the merge, using term merge into target using. I am taking whole piece B table, which is source table. I am giving alias name as source, and I am joining the A and B with source ID. From then the update statement statement is started. When matched and A dot name is not equal to source dot name, then update set name is equal to source dot name. If you have more than one column, suppose here only we have two columns. There is an address column is there. You need to mention comma A dot address is equal to not equal to B dot not equal to source dot address. Like that you have to mention. And and then insert. Insert means when not matched by target, then insert how many values, the how many columns you have to insert, id and name. So in this case, insert into id and name, column names, values, from where, from which table you have to insert, source dot id comma source dot name. This is for insertion. And finally delete when not matched by source, then delete directly. Then if id is not there in the source document, you delete the uh, that record. So output and action, as I mentioned earlier, output class is is one of the class that we use in the match statement, that we use in the match statement. It returns the user at the time of the DML operations. So SQL Server also lets you to add class to match statement along with the output class. So it returns the copy of data that can be inserted into separate table during the execution of the query. After output class, there is one more that is nothing is action. So what this action will do? Action will run the all DML operations. Dollar action here will run output, and dollar action will run the DML operations. So it runs the SQL statement on database source. So this is how you need to write the match statement. After that, inserted ID as inserted ID, delete dot ID as deleted ID into this temp table. So we already created one table. Into that temp table, you need to insert all these records. So then after that, you have to select the temp table. Then there you have to find the input ID and deleted ID. So how many insertions and how many deletions and how many updates are happened in the target table. This is how you need to capture the DML operations, count of DML operations by using match statement. Hope this video is helpful to answer how to capture and how to get the count of DML operations after running the match statement. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.